Right, boys, we're back. Episode 12 of the podcast. And wait, why do I have a pop up here, man? Come on.
You have a pop-up?
Sorry, guys. Right as we started, this
Oh my goodness.
stupid thing popped up. It, yeah, there
What
we
is
go.
going on today, man?
Alright, now it's gone.
Everything's going wrong. Okay.
Yeah,
It's gone?
okay. Yeah, it's gone, sir. So, yep, we're back. Episode 12 of the podcast. This is post England match, post Portugal match. So yeah, we're gonna continue the World Cup series along with anything else we want to discuss. Have you watched any recent matches, bro?
Um, I watched Portugal England. Sorry, I watched Portugal, um, Uzbekistan, and
Yeah.
England Ghana. I thought Portugal was a fun game. I thought England was so boring. I watched half of Brazil
Mm.
Scotland yesterday. That looked like a pretty fun match. But I watched the second half,
Oh,
and it
nice.
seemed like the first half
Mm.
was where the excitement was. Yeah. Have you?
Yeah. How do you think Scotland did with Brazil? I didn't get to watch that one, but I was
I would.
curious how you found it.
I watched the second half. I didn't watch the first half, and by the
Hmm.
second half, it was already 3-0.
Yeah.
Um, but from what I saw, Scotland did okay, but I don't know what happened in that first half, man. That first half, they
Yeah.
must have been just absolutely. I'm not gonna say that joke, but they just must have been violated.
So the thing is, I felt Scotland massively underperformed. It was theirs for the taking. Like this is not the Brazil of the '06 and the noughties. So, and obviously their midfield is not the strongest. It's not bad actually when you look at it. Bruno Gomes, Casemiro's a bit old, and who's the other guy? Forgot.
Fabinho,
Is it Fabinho? Is it? I
F-
think it's.
they still got Fabinho there.
Yeah, they
They've
still got
got
Fabinho.
Paquetá.
Yeah, oh, Paquetá, that's it. That's the other guy I think was playing in the lineup or the free. So they got decent, and the centre
I,
back was pretty solid. Gabriel, Marquinhos. Oh,
do you know what? I feel so sad for Lucas Paquetá. Do you remember what happened with
really?
him with that whole? You remember what happened with him with that whole City move?
No. When was that? I'm trying to
This
remember.
was 2021, 2022,
Okay.
something like that. So
Okay.
he was at West Ham, and he'd been at West Ham for like a year or 2 years, and everyone
Okay.
knew he was too good for West Ham, but it took some time before like West Ham were like, you know what, we'll sell him. So City come for him,
Mm,
and I think they put like 60 mil on the table.
mm,
Paquetá was like, yeah, let's do it, let's go. West Ham are like, yeah, let's do it, let's go. City are like, yeah, let's do it, let's go.
yeah.
And then it comes out that Paqueta's been gambling.
Oh, no way.
He's been
Really?
gambling on his own games. And
Mm,
the FA, they ban him for like, I don't know how many months, but they ban him and they fine him. And basically after that, City were like, you kind of damaged goods, bro. So that was, and he was like 27, 28 at the time. So it's
mm,
like you're still in your prime, but it's like your opportunities for that sort of move happening again are slim, and
yeah.
it just never happened. He stayed at West Ham for another few years, then he went back to Brazil.
Mm.
Sad story, man.
Sad man, man, that's insane. But yeah, yeah. Regarding that match, I thought the marquee players from Scotland. What do you say? Like Robertson, McGinn, John McGinn, Scott McTominay. Anyone else? If I'm missing their superstars, let's say none of them turned up. And against Brazil, I thought they would actually do the business. Like Scott McTominay, I'm actually a fan. I thought he did the best he could within the United time. I don't know what you think. So I thought you'd be able to translate some of that, you know, to Scotland, but clearly not. So, were you a fan of him during the United days?
He's been a bit underwhelming at the World Cup. I think people saw him as like the Scotland talisman. I
Yeah,
feel like personally, if I've been looking, I've watched the last two Scotland games. I feel like MVP for Scotland has been John McGinn.
yeah,
You know, he should have got a penalty in the Morocco game. Sorry, three games. He should have got a penalty in that Morocco game. He was good in the who did they play? Um, African team.
yeah.
No, not African team. Was it Curacao?
Curacao.
They played some awful team.
Yeah.
And they won 1-0. I thought he was good in that game in a very just team of average.
Okay.
So for me, MVP has been John McGinn. Scott McTominay is a weird one, right? Because like he's obviously gone to Napoli and 2 years in Napoli and he's just balled out and he's kind of
Mm.
like the face. He's kind of the face of the Serie A. That's a little bit. It shows a little bit how good like Scott McTominay actually was when he's like the main man. But
Yeah.
also, I think it just shows how bad the Italian league has gotten, man. Because
Yeah.
he's top player, but he should never be like your MVP.
Yeah. Respectfully, right? He's
Yeah,
just yeah. He's performing well, but obviously he's just not gonna be of that caliber, or never will
yeah,
be.
exactly. I was like, this was like 3 years ago now when we sold him to Napoli.
Hmm.
Ten Hag came out because Ten Hag was our coach at that time. Ten Hag came out, bro. Ten Hag was the coach only 2 years ago. That's
Crazy.
so crazy.
Crazy. Yeah.
Ten Hag came out when after we sold him, and he was like, actually, I didn't want to do that. We had to
Mm.
do it to be in line with what was it PSR, the
Yeah.
financial regulation.
Yeah.
So no one actually wanted to do that deal, but
Hmm.
it's just like United had no choice. They needed to like earn 30 million, and the only way to do it was to like get Scott McTominay out.
Mm.
Yeah,
And
do you know
here
what I
we
mean?
guys are, right? The United of the new, reinvested the money.
Bro, I don't want to talk about United, man. United depress me.
We'll be back in the Prem, guys. Don't worry, shortly when it's back. But we still got a lot to cover in the World Cup.
Um, yeah, what do you think about England Ghana? I think there's been a lot of chat about that.
I think it was an interesting match and definitely quite surprised by it. But if you do look at the bigger picture, the team you're playing against, I always look at the score we get and how would the other top teams would fare against them. And like for example, Ghana were playing like five at the back, and their formation was like 5-4-1 essentially throughout the game, and they were defending in blocks of like 3 and 4 players, right? Like they will just swarm you. It was, and even like if you make a pass towards their box, it is so congested. It's like there is hardly any space. You have to do like quick passes, quick movements, or one shot finishes, things like that. We're really lacking in that side of it. I was pleased to see Tuchel used up his subs and he was utilizing them well, like throughout the match and things like that, which we're not used to seeing in England, right? We do the subs too late and we're trying to save it towards the end, but it's good to see that. Um, I think it's definitely a highlighter for like we got off the high from the previous match. England are amazing, blew us away. And then when you come across a team that's very resilient, very strong, they're not going to let up as well. And this is when you do need the quality. You can question: do we need a Foden here? Do we need a Palmer here? Do we need possibly a Kobe Mainu who could play that 10 role? I heard Paul Scholes, sorry, saying that Bellingham, as
Paul
good as he
Scholes,
is,
who's that?
yeah, I got a list, man. Scholes earlier was saying Bellingham's not a 10. You can't expect him to do a role of a 10. He's not a natural 10. He does some bits of it well, like a Swiss Army knife, but he's a 8, box-to-box 8. If you get someone like Kobe Mainu who could do better job within that field, at least open up the play, do a few interesting passes and things like that, that's what we would need. So this is a big question mark for England. When it gets really tough, when shit hits the fan, will we be able to unlock defenses? Will
Oh,
we be able to
language,
find a way forward?
language.
Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah, no, I get what you mean. Um, I'm just looking at it now. Manu didn't even play yesterday, did he?
he didn't. That's the big question.
I feel like, yeah, feel like if there's, you know, like, is it a big deal?
Mm.
Like thinking about it, in all honesty, you played against a team that had five at the back, and they were really only even the central midfielders. They kind of turned into like deep lying
Yeah,
midfielders, almost like advanced centre backs. Like,
crazy.
is it really a big deal?
Mm.
Do you think?
No, to be honest, in hindsight, not because if you look at the possession we had like what 78% possession, 19 shots,
Oof.
4 shots on target. So I mean, really, there should be a goal in there, a 1-0. So that's something to think about. But in hindsight, right, it could be an off day. And to be honest, the way I see it is, if you get more advanced in the tournament, you're going to play teams that are more open. But
Hmm.
say if you play Colombia in the round of 16, or you play another African team or another deep lying team, that's when the problem comes. We have to progress past the stage. We can progress only if we can beat those teams. But the way I see it is, I think Tuchel will learn from this and try and adjust, which is a big reason why we'll do well is because of him. So yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I feel like I can kind of see both arguments. I feel
Yeah.
like there are the people who are like, it is what it is. We're gonna get through the group stage anyways, and then we could
Mm,
just worry about knockout football.
mm,
And then there's other people who are just like absolutely pissed.
mm,
I feel like I can get both sides because it is like, you know, we're coming first in this group. There's no
mm.
other way around it.
Yeah.
And like, all right, you draw 0-0 to Ghana. Like Portugal drew 0-0 against Congo.
Yeah.
Spain drew 1-1 against those guys. I've forgotten their name.
Yeah.
Those guys. I think that was Curacao. But
Yeah. Yeah.
like
Cabo
this is
Verde.
just what
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah, that's
Cape
it.
Verde, thank you.
Cape Verde. Yeah.
But I see the other side when people are just pissed because like every win or every demolition, it just builds momentum and
Mm.
it builds confidence.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
like we know this sports, anything, life in general is as much about like your confidence, your attitude to it, as the actual
Mm.
physically doing it.
Yeah.
So I can see both sides of the opinion. Um, it's, I mean, like we can both agree, it's not going to change the fact we're coming first in the group. It's not going to change the fact we should get minimum semis, really.
Yeah. Yeah. We should with this team. Absolutely. Mm.
Um, I mean, last week we were both saying like it's coming home. I
Yeah.
mean, I still feel that way to be honest.
Mm. Agreed. Absolutely. I think. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how England will set up. But the next match will be, what was it, Panama? Mate, yeah, if we're playing Panama, we're gonna, if we don't pump them, then,
That's what she said.
oh dear, here comes the jokes. But yeah,
Yeah,
we should be able
agreed.
to beat them. We should be able to destroy them. This is gonna be, I mean, who mentioned? Someone said it's gonna be a more tough match, but I don't think it's gonna be as tough as Ghana. Like these African teams are very, very tough, very physical.
Why would it be? Yeah, why would it be tougher than Ghana?
I don't think so. It won't be. So
Yeah.
I reckon we'll be able to pass through that a few goals. Um, so yeah, things are looking bright. Finish top of the group. Look at the competition. Spain, Portugal, they struggled against these teams. So yeah, if you look at the bigger picture, it's not as bad. Uh, so yeah.
I mean, in all fairness, looking at the results, Ghana beat Panama 1-0. Croatia
Mm,
beat Panama 1-0. So it's not
mm,
like they have like they're not it's not like they're dreadful. They're not losing 5-6-0.
mm.
Um, but even still, like yeah, we
Still,
should
yeah,
should do it
we should. We
relatively
should
easily.
absolutely.
One thing I
Um,
want to say,
yeah.
one thing I want to say quickly.
Mm.
Neymar made a little cameo yesterday.
Oh yeah, I heard. Yeah.
He did nothing. He
Mm.
did absolutely nothing.
Mm.
But it was just nice to see Neymar on a pitch.
It's nice to see, man. We need the big stars. Like this is the biggest World Cup, man. 2026. We're seeing a lot of the stars. This is their last dance, right? And it's good to see our other boy get on the score sheet. We're gonna speak about Portugal as well.
Yeah, that was nice to see.
Yeah.
Um, that you know what I really liked? The first goal he scored, it was very
Mm.
similar to the chance he missed against Congo. In
Yes.
that
Right.
it's on the it's cut back along the floor and he runs in front of someone and he shoots first time with his right foot and it goes in.
Mm.
And it's
Yeah.
like that was so similar to the shot against Congo. And it's like this is just kind of what happens. You bet on yourself and sometimes you make it and sometimes you don't.
Mm.
Um, like I don't even know what my point is, but I felt like that was very it was just something like poetic about that.
Yeah. It was a beautiful finish, honestly. I don't know if there was many that we've seen in that World Cup like it, similar, but yeah, it was classic Ronaldo. One touch, barely gave any time for the defense. Oh, that was a statement finish, and yeah, even some of the other goals were pretty amazing, isn't it? What do you think of Mendes's free kick?
Oh, that was a beautiful free kick.
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
a
it's
beautiful. You know, other people going that should be a Ronaldo assist. I agree because
yeah,
we all saw it.
yeah,
We all thought what was gonna happen.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
we all thought like we saw him shouting at the ref.
Mm,
We saw him telling the ref to put the ball back because we all thought he was gonna go for it, and then
mm,
Nuno Mendes goes for it. Like that was good mind play. I think from what I've seen, the team with the best set pieces are Portugal.
yeah, yeah. Agreed. It's
Um,
it's a stark
would you
contrast, isn't
still?
it, from the last match? Go on.
Yeah, it was a good contrast, but I think like Uzbekistan, they kind of gave him the opportunities. Like you saw that high line, you saw that
Yeah.
especially with the second Cristiano goal. Like
Mm.
Bruno Fernandes had so much space to run and so much
Whew.
time because
What a
the
pass.
the defenders just had to they had to go so far back.
Yeah.
Um, so I don't think like you can really say oh they're back. I think they just had like easier opposition or like a team with a team with worse tactics.
Yeah. Agreed.
But I mean, I think what we've learned from this World Cup is that it's still anyone's to play for.
Yeah.
Like, would you say right now, having looked at all the results, would you say that there's one big team so far? Like one favorite?
Hmm. Whew. You know what? It's difficult to say. I don't know what you think about it. But I think Portugal's look really strong in the sense that they could go quite far in the tournament. Like, yeah. But for me, it's hard to write off Argentina after what Messi did, and then obviously France. They're always going to have that record, isn't it? France, Argentina, and England. We always say that, but let's see. So those two, they look like the big giants. Even after the matches, they just look ridiculously strong. And Portugal have now added themselves into the mix.
Yeah, I feel like the favorites before the tournament started, France, Germany,
Mm,
Spain,
mm,
Netherlands, England, Portugal,
mm.
Argentina,
Yeah,
are still the same favorites. There's
yeah,
no one who's come out and been amazing. I'd say
yeah.
the only team that's been like, wow, Mexico.
Mexico, yeah,
They've gone three for three.
crazy. Japan?
Um, Japan. I feel
Yeah,
like Japan were always kind of like underdogs. I always felt
yeah.
like they were kind of like a dark horse. Netherlands. Netherlands
Netherlands
have
been
been absolutely violating people.
doing bits. They're doing bits, man. What about Morocco? They've got the recent headlines, right? After their match um,
Mm,
last night.
yeah, Morocco have been doing decent.
They got
Um,
4-2
R-
last night. against Haiti.
Yeah, Morocco have been doing decent.
Yeah,
Brazil have actually done better than I've expected.
yeah, yeah. Showing up, their star boy showed up, got their hat trick.
Where is Netherlands? I'm looking at the groups. Ah, here we go.
Oh no, he got two. Sorry, a brace and Cunha.
Yeah, I mean, Netherlands, Japan was 2-2, but they
Mm.
absolutely slapped up Sweden.
Yeah.
Um, Germany are literally playing right now, and it's 1-1.
Mm. They've done quite well as
Um,
well, isn't it? Like surprisingly, we
yeah,
thought they would just suffer a lot.
but you know what? Out of all the teams that have played 3 games so far,
Mm.
uh, Mexico have done the best.
Yeah.
Mexico are the only team that have played 3 games and are on 9 points.
Wow. That is incredible. They're a proper dark horse. Like no one has seen that, they've seen and predicted that to happen realistically. If anyone says that, they're lying.
Yeah, I honestly think it's the Mexican fans.
Of course. A little pre-bias there, but we love
For
it.
me, why do people keep saying that? Like, I had this friend yesterday, not yesterday, a few days ago, not even a
Mm.
few days ago, a few weeks ago. Anyways, he said it. That's the point. He was you went off to Mexico to because you're a wannabe Mexican. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I came here because they
Yeah.
offered me a good job and I speak Spanish. Like,
Mm.
like, anyways, I'm getting riled up for no reason. I'm gonna quickly turn on my light.
No problem.
Anyways, what non-World Cup related things have you been up to?
Oh, well, it's not been too bad, bro. I don't know if you've heard the weather in the UK. We've been hitting those high 30s. We've gotten the heat warnings. It's been a massive panic sort of thing where people are buying fans, coolers, like light fabrics, wearing their linens and all that sort of stuff. So we're finally getting that heat that we're kind of promised in the summer. Things are looking a little bit up. We've been told by the government to stay indoors as well, which is insane. Like with
Oh, come off
when
it.
yeah, that's insane, man. Come on, why
Mind
would
your
you tell
business,
people
man.
lock themselves up? Like, don't try and make us into a mini pandemic. Just look after yourself,
Exactly.
stay hydrated. That's it.
You know what? Yeah, yesterday I got a notification on my phone. I'm just looking at it now. Because
Mm,
I keep on forgetting to delete my notifications, so I just get tons of notifications. I
yeah.
shouldn't have done that because okay, never mind. Uh, I'm hoping no one notices. Anyways, um, yesterday I got a notification saying yesterday was the hottest June ever in the UK
Mm,
since they started collecting the data. And then
mm,
today, it was the hottest June ever again. Like,
yeah.
it broke its own record twice.
Crazy, bro. That's insane. And even in the evening, it's 26 degrees, bro. Right now, which is that's not London, bro. That's not what UK are known for. But yeah, we're in for quite an interesting summer. Let's see.
Come to Mexico, man.
Trade this heat for another heat. You know,
Actually, don't come to Mexico right now. I'm not even in Mexico. Come to Guatemala.
Guatemala. Oh my. We
It's nice
wait.
over there.
You got some matches playing over there, isn't it? How's the situation like there at the
No,
moment? None at all.
no, no.
Are
We
the
haven't got
people
any
quite
matches.
are the people quite crazy about football where you're at?
No,
Mm. You don't see like
no. It's
cafes and
pretty.
things like that.
I go to cafes and I watch the game, but it would just be like me and maybe like two or three other people.
Mm.
It's nothing crazy.
Okay.
Um, I mean, like, because I'm in a tiny town. On Monday, I go back to the capital.
Okay.
So fingers crossed, we're gonna see a lot more when that happens.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, it's been pretty dead here. Do you know what? We did that podcast a few weeks ago, and I can't believe this is episode 12 already. Like I feel like it's flown by.
Yeah.
12 weeks of this, crazy.
Crazy, right?
Um, a few weeks ago, we did that whole finances episode, and we looked at Caleb Hammer. And I thought, you know what? I'm in this dead town. There's nothing to do. I can't even spend my money. Let's
Mm.
just focus on finances. And I kid you not, in the
Yeah.
month I've been here, my credit score's gone up quite a
Really?
lot.
No
Yeah,
way.
in just 1 month of just like sitting and grinding and
Mm.
just like being in the middle of nowhere with literally I have no distractions. It's really helped my financial position. So
Mm.
anyone, if you ever need to just like lock in, just get a shack in the middle of Kent or something. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Mm.
Just stay there, don't move, and like come back in a month, and you will be in a better place.
Yeah. I'm curious why it's improved so drastically in a short time because I don't know how it works over there. Is what you were using it a lot before and now they've noticed your lack of using it or you're managing
My
how
credit,
yeah, your credit.
it's literally just because I spend too much. I just
Okay.
spend too much money,
Mm.
and I use them too much, and then I pay them back at the end of the month. And then just since I've been here, like not even every week, twice a week, I'm putting money back into my credit cards. So yeah, it's just it's just been like I'm cooking and I'm not ordering coffees every day
Mm.
because there's like three coffee shops I like
Yeah.
rotate around, and
Yeah.
then there's like two restaurants that I go to. And
Mm.
if I don't go to a restaurant, I will just get some street food. Bro, I bought street food yesterday for £3.50, like,
Yeah.
and that was my one meal for the day, and that was it. Like that is just my life these days.
Mm.
Actually, that food was really good. I may go there again tonight.
Really.
I'm gonna go again tonight, bruv.
What was it?
Bruv.
Was it tacos?
Uh, Tuesday was tacos.
Mm.
Tuesday I got six tacos.
Six
Ah,
tacos.
boss man, fix me up. I got six tacos for £3.80.
Ooh.
But that was too much. I should have just got like four or something.
Okay.
But then yesterday I went to this Donny, and he made me a burrito and fries for £3.50, and so much cheese, bro, so much cheese, but it was
Mm.
good. He put like peri salt on it as well. Bang.
Ooh. Oh my
I
God,
rate,
that
bro.
sounds so good.
He gave me a Nando's for like a third of the price.
Wow. So it sounds like food over there is quite clean, and you don't need to worry about upset stomach, things like that. Is that a concern over there?
Nah, I think like if you came, you'd have to worry about an upset stomach. I think I've just got a strong stomach.
You're built for it. You've stayed there long enough, so yeah.
I'm built different. Um, but yeah, man, I think this has been such a weird phase
Mm.
because you know, like there's instant gratification, and then there's more like pride, perhaps
Hmm.
pride, yeah, but or like self confidence, maybe. Like
Okay.
both of them are like a positive feeling, but one of them is just super fast, so like no one really works for it, and the other one takes a long time, but it generally is longer lasting feeling. I feel like I've just hit the phase where I have no way to get some sort of instant gratification, so I just have to work towards like building myself, and it's been
Okay.
amazing. It's been amazing, bro. I saved. Can I? Is it okay if I talk about numbers?
Yeah, sure, man. Go for it.
I saved £1,000 in 3 weeks.
No way. That's sick, man. In three
I
weeks.
haven't done
Yeah.
that.
Mm.
I couldn't even do that back in London, bro.
Mm. 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 Mm.
Oh no, maybe I could have.
Mm.
Maybe I could have just about done it at some point in time. So yeah, man, this has been good.
So how did you manage to save that? Were there any things that you done, or what sort of rules you stuck to, or
Yeah, I just worked 60 hours a week and I didn't leave my house.
60 hours? Oh man, I'm trying to help the viewers trying to take in some of this, but this is very extreme, bro. I don't know how they can take from this.
But is it extreme? Like, what more is there to life? What else is like? I haven't got. I don't know anyone here. I'm not going out. I don't want to go
Yeah.
out. Like, I genuinely, I don't want to get to know people. Have you ever had
That's
that phase where
crazy.
you're like, have you ever had that phase in your life where you're like, you know what? I was gonna swear, but like, screw everyone. No
Yes.
one. Like, your opinion is so invalid. Like
Right.
your
Is
face
invalid.
is so yeah. Your face is invalid. Your face is so meaningless to me. I don't even want to see it.
Poor
Like
girl.
that's kind of how I feel.
Poor girl. Talking to Adam. Nah, I know exactly what you mean, mate, bro. I think you're just at a stage right now where, especially when you're seeing the upturn of things, and you mentioned it as well before, like when we're starting this podcasting thing, like respectfully, people who aren't within the business or they don't have a reference points to work on, it's hard to take their advice as serious as others who are in the industry or are killing it or are investing their time in this sort of area in one way or another. So you're just at a stage where you just don't care at all, and that's such a freeing feeling, you know that, right? Because look, we're gonna go through phases, right? Realistically, doesn't matter what you think, you're gonna care at some point. Depending on who it is, whether it's your friends or your family or like the girl you're speaking to, whatever. I don't, whoever is part of your circle, it might be the locals. You might feel a certain way and like you're being judged. At some point, you're gonna be like, I don't care. I just don't care. Like, do you think I give no.
Yeah.
So it's like you're gonna fit those points, and the point of that is trying to maintain that, or at least extend the time of that, and that's when the real growth can happen. Really.
The issue is it's so uncomfortable.
Mm,
That's
yeah.
the thing. And I don't even know why it's uncomfortable, to be honest.
Yeah.
Um, but it genuinely is uncomfortable and it's not fun. But it's nice to see the progress. And what happens is like you look at I look at myself 3 months ago
Yeah.
and I'm at least financially and hair. Like I feel like my hair looks so much better than it did like at the
Yeah.
beginning of when we started this. Um,
Mm,
I feel like financially I'm so much better. Like
mm,
just from a statistical point of view, I am maybe 10 times better now than I was 3 months ago.
yeah.
And then I'll listen to a podcast and this guy will be like, well, 500,000 is when you can start like taking your foot off the gas a little bit. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, I have so much longer to go. But there is some sort of like euphoria in that. Like, you're never done. There's always more to do. And
Yeah.
it's kind of, I don't know. I think like you can appreciate that as well. Like, you achieve, fantastic.
Mm,
What's the next point?
yeah. Yeah. Exactly. So you mentioned that this like milestone, kind of like with across 3 weeks, you've saved a grand, right? And then the next thing would be is like, can you do the following the next month? But also, that's just going to depend on your needs and your demands. Are you still going to work 60 hours for the next month? Are you still going to be indoors as much? So I think that kind of comes down to it as well, your lifestyle. Like obviously easier for me, right? I'm not paying the same rent and things like that, but it's so easy to start spending and going crazy, and I can relate on that so much. Like even my mum the other day saying she wants a few things. She wanted a fan, wanted some skincare products, wanting this, and then I'm just ordering some food, get some takeaway, Uber Eats, get some desserts. Just not in the mood if my parents haven't cooked, and it's like it builds up in that sense. But then, like in my opinion, is even if you have times when you go spiral out of control, let's say with money or with anything really, you can always make it back. You can always make it back.
Hmm.
Doesn't matter how far gone you are, how where off you are, etc. And that's the beauty of it. Can you get back to it? Can you have a period of discipline? I think we can. You know, we do have moments where we can lock in, and then that's most important, I think.
One thing to also say though is that yes, while you can get back, it's also a better idea not to just like take that as, oh, if I mess up it's fine because I can just get
Yeah,
back, because every
yeah.
single time you do you can get
Mm,
back, but every single time you do mess up it is a little bit harder and a little bit harder and a little bit harder.
mm,
But of course mess ups are like gonna happen because we're human.
right.
um I think, like, I don't know about you, bro. My parents, they always said, live at home because then your biggest expense is taken care is cared for,
Yeah.
which is your rent. For me, and I see this with my brothers, it creates a false sense of security in that we think, oh, this is normal. Like, we make our money and we do whatever we want with it. And that's not the case. What
Mm,
happens with money really is 20% is taken off by tax, and then another 3-4% is taken off by student loan.
right.
And then you've got to pay 40% of the rest of your salary to your rent. And then you've got to pay another 10% for your utilities. And then you've got to buy your groceries. And then before you know it,
Mm,
it's like, oh, actually, I have nothing left.
yeah.
So, like, for me, it created a false sense of security where I thought, oh, if I make money, I just get to do what I want with it, like my desires rather than my needs. And
Yeah.
only when I started coming out here and I like genuinely had to like survive, because
Mm,
that's what work is. We do it to survive. We do it
yeah.
to put food on the table.
Right.
Um, Only when I figured that out and I genuinely saw that, I was like,
Mm,
okay, we need to buckle down.
yeah. Yes.
Because when it's not, you can relax a bit. You can be a bit more stringent, a bit less stringent. Sorry. Wait, is stringent strict or not strict?
I'm not sure.
Ah, strict. Okay, you can be a bit
Yeah.
less stringent. Okay,
Mm, yeah.
but then that also adds up. And then like, as you said, Uber Eats, because we've all done this. We're like, we order Uber Eats once in a week,
Yeah.
and then next week we order it twice. Week after that we
Mm,
order it another 2 times. Week after that we order it 3 times. Week after that 4 times. Like
yeah.
it feels like habits snowball. The more you do it, the
Yes.
more you want to do it.
Absolutely.
What do you think?
Having said that, though, oh, you mentioned you don't actually like cooking and stuff as much, but do you ever do like, I guess because it's quite cheap there as well, but have you ever had to like make something at home quickly or something like that? Like just like a toast or bread or
Do you know
how
what I
does
did
that
last
work?
week?
Mm,
What I did last week was I would just have fruit as a snack,
okay.
and then for lunch I always eat out. I eat out every day because it's cheap.
Okay.
I told you I got
Yeah.
3 tacos. I got 6 tacos for £3.80.
That's sick. That is
Um,
sick.
yeah, let's round it up to £4. I do that 7 days a week. That's £28. Like
Mm.
that's nothing.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Um,
Wow.
what I did last week though for lunch, I just ate the same thing every day. I ate
Okay.
I had a steak, some tomatoes, 2 eggs,
Doesn't
and
sound too
two
bad,
pieces of
mate.
toast.
Steak and eggs. That
Bro,
sounds like luxury, bro.
I know, and I'm sitting there and I'm thinking I'm eating steak dinners for a
Mm.
pound. Like this would be 50 times the price in a restaurant in London. Do you know what I mean?
Does it taste like a pound? That's the question.
Yeah, it tasted decent. I'm not the best chef in the world, but it's decent.
That's good. That's good, man.
£25.
There you go.
It's a £25 steak.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, you're cutting up a little bit. I'm just waiting. It's stabilizing. Yeah.
How's my quality?
So your screen's a little bit fuzzy, but I think your audio's holding up. I think it will.
Or frozen?
Am I frozen?
Yeah, should we pause for a second?
Yeah, yeah. I'll stop it now. 0. Boys, we're back. We're just gonna finish off the second segment. Let's go.
Yeah, I forgot what we were talking about.
So you mentioned steak, right? And what you ate out, right, for steak, and you can get them quite good value and good quality.
Yeah, you know what? I think. Uh, do you meal prep?
No, I don't meal prep. It's too long,
Ne-
personally.
Neither do I. It's so boring. But I
Yeah,
think the best way to like improve in anything is just a routine, right? So I think cooking at home, A, you can track your macros and you can track your calories, so like you can physically get better. But also
yeah,
B, like it's just cheaper,
yeah.
so you can save a lot of money doing it. I think just like ask AI, make me make me a meal plan for the week, and
Hmm.
just whatever it says, just buy it and then khalas, just move
Boom.
on with your life. Don't even think about it. Um, One thing we touched on while we were waiting for the Wi-Fi to come back was my nicotine addiction.
Yes. Are we
So,
gonna get into it now? What's
well, I mean, there's
made
not
you
really
switch?
much to say. Like, I like nicotine. That's all there's really to say. But like you were saying, like just start using something which is a bit healthier, and you you were telling me about protein shakes off the podcast. I was thinking like maybe just like having a 2 or 3 protein shakes a day and just sipping on it throughout the day would be a good idea. Don't you think that's a good idea?
Wait, sorry, you made the reference from nicotine patches to protein shakes. I'm trying to understand that
Because
comparison.
it's not necessarily about the nicotine. It's just having something to do.
Right. Okay. Okay. Right. You're keeping
Because I get
your
bored.
yeah. You get busy. Yeah, mate, bro. If you can do that, that is a massive change from what you're doing. And even we can mention the vaping as well a little bit to that. But mate, if you have protein shakes for a prolonged period of time, right, you're getting more nutrients down, you're getting more protein down. You're probably gonna be fuller quicker. You probably need to eat out less. Obviously, I wouldn't say to just replace your whole diet with protein shakes because yeah, there's some research on it. It's not ideal. I don't think there's anyone living off protein shakes, and I think the consensus is you should use it to supplement your diet rather than replace it.
Of
Um,
course.
and then obviously foods that is physical is more satiating than liquid food generally. So that's something to think about.
Oh,
Um,
solid foods.
yeah, solid foods. So yeah, but yeah, as a specific like vape and nicotine substitute, if that helps, give it a shot, man. Even that, if that's too boring, you can suck on some gummies or whatever. I don't know, some sweets
Hey,
or
what are
some,
you saying?
or from fruit sweets or loops. I don't know.
Um,
What do you think?
I I agree. I agree. The issue is cost.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah.
as we were just saying, um, as we were just saying, um, cost is a big thing for me at
Yeah.
least these days. I'm trying to live as frugally as I can. Is frugal the correct word? I'm really
Yeah.
messing up with
Frugal.
my
Yeah. You're. Yeah. Thinking cost
yeah
effective. So frugal.
yeah. Um, like I'm enjoying myself. As we said, I still go out to eat every day, but that's because it's cost effective.
Yeah.
Um, Nicotine is just cost effective, bro. Like I can spend a tenner on nicotine pouches or
Hmm.
one of these vapes in a week, and I'm sorted. Like a tenner, and then I've
Yeah.
got my fix. Like,
Yeah.
how expensive is cocaine? Like, imagine
Cocaine.
needing cocaine. You
We
know what I
went
mean?
to. Yeah. Oh man. Cocaine is a whole other story, bro. You
I mean,
definitely.
people use it for their fix, though. No, people are like, I need bank. Yeah, that was like the whole Wolf of Wall Street situation.
Well,
That was
there's
literally all of the Wolf of Wall Street.
well, there's CBD and weed, right? The soft stuff, and then there's cocaine, the hard stuff. So that's a massive difference.
All right, yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
I don't know what the
Uh,
prison sentence are like there as well, bro. If you are caught doing that.
Dude, you know what? A guy came up to me a few days ago. I went
Yeah,
out to get some dinner and had this guy like behind me. He was like kind of falling, tripping over his own feet and making a bit of a riot.
yeah,
Um, I look around and I see this guy. He's like falling over himself. And he's got one sleeve of his jacket on, and the other one he's trying to get on, but he can't. It's like behind
yeah,
him, and he can't grab it. So he's walking. He's walking pretty fast. So he catches up with me. I'm in front of him. He catches up with me. He starts speaking, and his voice is so slurred. Like my Spanish is decent, but his
yeah,
speech is so slurred. I cannot understand him, and I'm just like, "Perdón, amigo, pero no te entiendo." Like,
yeah,
sorry, friend, but like I just don't understand you. And he's
yeah.
like, "Ah, perdón, es solo que hice él," and he did like a snorting thing. And I'm like,
What the
oh, this guy's coked out of his mind. And I'm like,
coked out?
how sad. And he's like, yeah, yeah. And then he just walked off.
He was looking for a brother to, support his hobbies.
I guess so. I guess so. You didn't find it in me.
Yeah. So you had some
Uh,
good self-control, man, to stay off away from that stuff. I don't know if you can access it or not.
who wants to access that, bro?
Oh man, that's
Um,
crazy.
I wanna talk about something, and maybe I should have sent this to you beforehand. By the way,
Okay.
can you still see me? You okay?
Yep, I can see it.
Okay. Maybe I should have sent this to you beforehand, but I
Hmm.
watched this video, and it's one of these independent journalists on YouTube. Oh my goodness, it's a cat. Hang on. Can we like can you talk to the audience for a minute, please? I need to go say hello to this cat.
Oh God, man. Go on, go on, go on. I'll wait for you.
Let me go. It's 30 seconds. I just need to say hello to the cat.
Sorry, guys. Adam gets hella distracted. He has a short attention span in that sense, so he's very, very much zoned in. Bear with us. Bro, that
So
was a
sad.
loud bang. Bloody hell.
Oh yeah, it's a door. It's a metal door.
Yeah.
Um. Okay. I'm gonna send this to you now, actually. But
Mm-hmm.
it was one of these independent YouTube journalists.
Okay.
Um. This American guy,
Mm-hmm.
and he comes over to the UK. Guess where he goes?
To the UK. Where does he go? Harrods? Knightsbridge?
Outside of London. He goes to Birmingham.
Oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
And what do you think he went to Birmingham to talk about?
Can't be drugs, right? Is it drugs or grooming gangs or what?
Talked about the video is titled "The Islamic Takeover of Birmingham,"
Oh dear. Please send it, mate.
and is one of these guys. He comes up to because you know in Birmingham, especially the city centre,
Mm.
like it's just filled with Muslims, and he's coming up to these guys and he's like asking them like he's trying to be very friendly at first,
Yeah.
but like and you know like he's being friendly to like bring down their defenses a little bit.
Yeah.
And then as soon you can tell as soon as they feel comfortable with him, then he gets like into the questions he really wants to ask, and he starts asking, why does it say in the Quran that the man can strike his wife, or like why is it that like 90% of all R's in the
Yeah.
UK are from Muslims, and it's
Yeah.
like man, we're so cooked, we're so
Oh my
cooked.
God. Oh my God. Did they have any answers to that?
Do you know
How
what
do you
happened,
find the
man?
feedback? Yeah.
I watched the first half and then I got a bit angry and I was like, you know what? I'm getting myself mad over nothing.
Mm.
But um, the first few guys he asked were like old immigrants. You know, like
Mm.
Donnie's English isn't their first language. Maybe
Mm.
they're not quite with the times anymore. Um, so he was asking them things like, uh, "Do you think an Islamic takeover of the UK is a good thing?" And they would go, "Yes, it's a very very good thing." And it's like, bro, this guy learned English yesterday. Like, he doesn't know what
Yeah.
takeover means. Um, but I bring it up because I think, I've got a lot of international clients, and whenever they go to England, they always say the same thing. They're like, why are there so many Asians?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
do you think, how should I phrase this question? Do you think it's getting out of control?
So, are you saying Islam or is it ethnic minority? Because there is a difference.
Well, let's be honest, we both know the issue isn't Islam.
Mm. Yeah.
If the issue was Islam, the world would have ended like 1,000 years ago. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when the
Yeah.
Crusades were going on. I feel like for me, what I'm really asking it is this cultural shift that we're witnessing hitting a tipping point?
Oh, all right, boys. So we are slowly getting into the different areas, just
Deep
highlighting a little
topic.
bit. But yeah, generally we don't want to make it a political podcast, but this is a really interesting area, and I think it is definitely worth covering. And
And
uh,
I'm sorry to cut you off, but
mm,
I wanted to bring it up to you
mm,
because obviously we are not white, but we have been brought up in British tradition and British values.
mm,
So I think we have a very like best of both worlds sort of perspective on this,
absolutely,
which is
yeah,
why I'm asking.
agreed. I think the first thing I'll address is regarding the takeover of the UK. So I think population right now is what 69, 70 mil from what I estimated, and they say the number of Muslims in the UK, right, they're roughly 4 million. So that's less than 10%. So if you look at like if it's it's a takeover, you can't say that of the UK generally. And what's the population for London? That's interesting because it's quite
14, I think, something like that.
14 million. No,
Yeah,
in London.
it's 9.9 in London, 15 in Greater London.
15 mil of Muslims in London, really?
Oh no, no, just like
Uh,
total number of
oh,
people.
just total population. Yeah, that makes sense. So 15 mil, Greater London,
1.3 Muslims.
in London. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. And then across the UK, there's like four. So that's less than 10%. If we look at the UK population is what 70 mil, 69 to 70 mil.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you look at that, we're still just part of an ethnic group. But then obviously, if you go to more ethnic central areas, like obviously we in London we have Whitechapel, we have Barking and things like that, Tower Hamlets. But then if you go to somewhere like Birmingham, which the guy knew, there is a massive population of Muslims there, a lot of ethnics there, Pakistanis, Dians, Bangladeshis, whatever. You're likely to find more Bengalis, more Muslims, etc. But obviously, you've highlighted there is a stark contrast between groups that are raised in other countries and groups that are raised with Western values and things like that. There is a contrast between them two and how you're brought up and how your views are shaped. Do I think there is a problem? I think there is a problem, but not in the same way as other people think. Our good friend Dr. Steve has mentioned it before, right? And he's quite open-minded, and he always does like to ask these sort of questions to get a better idea. And he spoke about Singapore, right? One of the things that Singapore does really well is if you have different ethnic groups living, like renting together and things like that, they actually ensure that not one group doesn't take over a neighborhood. So they encourage different ethnic groups to kind of work or live alongside each other. So kind of linking that same point to here, the problem I find is people live in very segregated communities and very isolated. So people are left within their own niche communities, and within that, you kind of become disconnected from the rest because you think your views matter, your views take priority, everything else doesn't matter. And then your mind and brain ends up building a set of beliefs of how things should be and things like that. You're not gonna build pure British values, aren't, won't you? Because British values mean that you're democratic, we accept equality, everyone gets equal rights, there's equity involved. So yeah, I think the problem really is for me is like people within different communities separate. Whereas if you find ways for people to work together, whether it's through work, whether it's from charities, things like that, that's where you find more balanced views. But look, you go to these niche communities like that guy did. I haven't watched the clip yet, so I'll definitely check it out. You're going to find very problematic views that that can't become the majority because they don't align with British values. So yeah, that's my take. What do you think?
No, I agree with you. That guy knew exactly what he was doing by going to Birmingham.
Mm,
It's you know it's like going to Somalia and like going, look how many pirates there are in the
yeah,
world. Like,
exactly.
what did you
Yeah.
expect? You went to Somalia.
Mm,
Um, I think the thing is when you look for the bad, you will always find the bad.
yeah,
Do you know what I
exactly.
mean? So like
This is.
you come and you interview these people on the street, and
Mm,
you don't ask any positive questions. You don't ask in Islam, how do you treat one's neighbor?
mm,
You don't ask in Islam, what's the opinion on charity? You don't
yeah.
ask uh, in Islam, like uh, how do you decide who is a leader? Through democracy,
Yeah,
you know.
exactly.
Um, you go straight for in Islam. Are you allowed to beat your wife?
Mm. Wow.
So,
Yeah.
like, it's so obviously just looking for the negative.
Mm.
Um, I think going back to the question, do we have a problem?
Yeah.
I think issues arise when you do have these places in the UK which are just absolutely filled with Pakistanis, Bengalis, Syrians, Afghans, Iranians. And I'm not just saying for like Muslim countries either. Like we can say the exact same thing about the Jews. Am I allowed to use the J word? Are we gonna get demonetized? Are we
No,
gonna get
mate.
assassinated tonight?
Go all the way, bro. We're not stopping
Okay.
now.
I think you could say the exact same thing about the Jews.
Mm.
Everyone, like, we live in London, bro. Everyone's seen these communities of Jews where they walk around with Nokia phones and these funeral dresses and they
Mm.
don't even speak English.
Yeah.
So it's not just, it's anyone who doesn't integrate themselves into society.
Mm.
Now, the question is why? Why is this happening? Um,
Mm.
and to get to the why, you have to go all the way back to the East India Trading Company.
Yeah. Right.
What happened with the East India Trading Company? A British company enslaving an entire country, Gandhi, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
You've got to go back to the CIA planting planting informants in Afghanistan and Egypt and Morocco. You've got to go back to 9/11, unfortunately. You've got to go
Mm.
back to World War II, how the
Mm.
British took people out of India and they put them into this war that they had nothing to do with. And then they were like, ah, you kind of helped us out. Come over to the UK, we'll give you a house.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, like, that was the issue. There was no conversation of why. How did we get to this point? Because I didn't ask to be born there. You didn't.
Mm. Yeah. Mate, there's a lot to unpack there, bro. There's a lot to kind of go from that. Yeah, I'm just trying to conceptualize it all as well, because there's different areas you can take. Look, I mean, look, the biggest thing you can say, like, look, if we're going to talk about UK politics generally, I'm sure you've heard a lot about reform. They're getting a lot of support, backing, and it's been rebranded because of Nigel Farage and all that. So part of it is because they possess a lot of ideas people can resonate with, and part of the reason why people can resonate with is people become frustrated whether how they're affected, how their benefits are affected, how their way of living is affected. If they see people like you mentioned in Bolts or from other communities coming in without any sort of vetting process or strong enough vetting process, and they are entitled to a lot of things, then people are going to feel a certain way, right? It's not just the UK, it goes with any other countries. Like one of the reasons Poland, right, is known to be one of the safest countries in the world, they very much limit what goes in and out, right?
They're
Let's put
incredibly
it
selective, yeah.
incredibly selective, right? There's barely any crime, right? The crime rates
But
is down.
the catch-22,
Yeah,
money.
yeah,
Poland is no global superpower.
yeah,
The
yeah.
UK, okay, maybe on its own it's not particularly great superpower,
Mm,
but you take the Commonwealth, which is basically the UK. You got Canada, you got South Africa, you got all these countries in there. You got all
mm,
these African countries, all these Asian countries in there. All
mm.
of a sudden, you're one of the most powerful countries in the world. The cat is back and he's
Yeah,
staring at me. Hello,
yeah,
cat.
yeah.
I'm gonna open the door for the cat.
Top five economies in the world. Mm, fifth.
No, run away again.
So yeah, UK is ranked fifth, right, in the global index in regarding GDP. So top five in the world, right?
Yeah, the issue is money, and there's
Yeah,
always going to be people who are like, I need more money. So what do? You fire a bunch of British people, you bring in a bunch of Bangladeshis and Pakistanis, and they'll do
yeah,
it for a third of the price.
yeah.
Do you know what I
Mm,
mean? So when you go up to people and you start interviewing them, and you're like, why does your religion say this? Like,
mm,
why are they there? Why are they there?
yeah.
Like, why? It was my great grandparents that chose to come to the UK. Why did you? Who in your family came to the UK?
My grandparents as well. My granddad specifically, then my parents, and then yeah,
And why?
I just. Oh yeah, they just thought that basically they wanted better quality of life. They thought it would be better out here. Like, yeah, that's it. Yeah.
We didn't. Our people didn't come to the UK because we were like, we're gonna spread the message of a religion. No,
Mm,
we just came because we're selfish and we want better. We want a better life and we want better things for our families. We wanted a nicer car. We wanted like more money, like. And who isn't like that? That's why I came here.
mm. Yeah,
Uh,
exactly.
yeah, and you got these. You got all of these people who came in all of a sudden and they want community, so they start building mosques because mosques are like, they're not just a place of worship. They're a social gathering area.
Yeah. And it's the same
Uh,
reason the whole halal scene was made as well, isn't it? Like halal butchers and things like that. Like a big part
exactly,
of the community. So, um,
exactly,
yeah.
exactly. But why were so many people allowed in the first place?
Mm,
Because that government messed
yeah.
up bad, and they allowed there are so many moving parts. Like as we said, there's history. There's the East India Trading Company. There's the CIA. There's MI and
Yeah.
flipping MI6. There's
Yeah.
natural disasters that happen. There's wars that happen.
Yeah.
There's decreasing population. There's
Yeah.
rising cost of living. There's people getting
Yeah.
older, people marrying at an older age. Like, there's so many moving parts,
Yeah.
and for some reason, these Donnies just want to focus on religion. And like, it sounds like I'm ranting.
Hmm.
That guy has 30. Okay, he has 434,000 subscribers. He put this video out 7 days ago. It's on
Hmm.
862K.
Yeah. Wow. That's insane. I mean, the comments are quite interesting as well, bro, regarding the video. Gives you a good idea of what people will think. So look, one person said, look, so they do democracy until they don't need democracy anymore. The fact our leaders are bending over backwards for this cult is just sickening. So, look, it goes over to the point that I mentioned as well earlier, right? Look, if it becomes any sort of group becomes a niche society, a niche group where they're operating on their own. And I always spoke to my dad about it as well. Before, I really think religions should try, cultures should try to work with other groups. It really makes society a lot easier to work with. Trust me, it really does. I won't say solve, but it reduces some of the symptoms, the bad behaviors. Because if you're working with other groups, other ethnics, other religions, more British people, you will naturally acclimatize to their values. You'll naturally learn to integrate. But that's the thing with these really specific communities, whether it's in Luton or Birmingham, or Bradford, whatever, right? Like I said, I don't want to speak on behalf of the whole town and city because, look, most people are very peaceful. They're here for the same reasons. Our parents were here while we are here for better quality of life, establish a family, business, whatever. It's just there's always going to be a niche group of people letting us down. It always comes back to like the filtering process of making sure you have healthy-minded, hard-working people coming in to contribute to society and not criminals, not people that are selfish, greedy, not willing to make the effort to graft and things like that. You don't want that. No society wants that for whatever group they're from. And if you bring in bad behaviors, bad traits, then you are going to poison the well. When you poison the well, the next generation might, be affected from that and things like that. So yeah, it can be a cyclical thing. But yeah, what can the government do and things like that? I don't know.
Well, as you said, they can start like some sort of vetting process before they just start letting people in. Like,
Yeah,
we both agree. Like, they care about the money. They care about bringing in the cheapest laborers possible. And
yeah,
what happens with that is you bring in people who are uneducated, who are
mm,
not ready to. They can barely like function in their own society, let alone bring them into a new society.
yeah,
And then they screw everything up. They screw everything up
mm,
for everyone. You know, we've said it. Like, we've talked about, like, can I say the R word? Like, these R gangs in the UK.
yeah, mm,
And we've both agreed it hasn't really got anything to do with religion. It's got to do with
yeah,
culture. It's the fact
yeah,
you're bringing in these people who don't speak English. They didn't go to school here. They don't have like
yeah,
a social circle. They don't know anyone, and they get
yeah,
desperate.
yeah,
And it's really, really sad because like you've got in a bunch of people who do not know how to operate in the society, and they are desperate, and then innocent people
yeah,
are the victims.
yeah. Sorry, there's a fucking
Um,
moth here. Yeah, go on. Sorry, man. I was swatting it like a little puff.
um, but yeah, man, like I think what you said is completely right. It's a vetting process, and we have a
Yeah.
really poor vetting process. I think
Mm,
Brexit. I think I think we're really seeing like the negative effects of Brexit
yeah.
because I don't know how you felt about it. I was actually Brexit out.
Mm. Brexit out meaning you
I,
supported Brexit. Oh yeah.
I was pro Brexit.
Okay.
Um, and the reason I was pro Brexit was because I believe that a country should be self sustaining, and then
Mm.
like international commerce should be sort of like a cherry on the top.
Yeah.
But your own people should always be the priority.
Yeah.
The issue is what we did was we severed the relationships with other parts of Europe. So then we need to look at other countries. We need to look at the Middle East. We need to look at Africa. We need to look at southern parts of Asia. And before you know it, cooked. Broski's cooked.
Yeah,
You didn't stop immigration. You just changed where the immigration came from.
this is it. So, bro,
Anyways, I wanted to talk about that. I think we've covered it.
very, very fascinating, interesting stuff. I'm glad we covered it, man. I think it's a massive shift from football to politics to grooming gangs and all that It's been a good journey, though, man. Really enjoyed it.
We've gone through the whole spectrum. Next episode, we're gonna go from like our favorite parks in London to gender studies. We're gonna go on
Mate,
like a real weird tangent.
mate, if we open the door to this, are we going to cover stuff like feminism? We're going to cover men's rights movements, incels? Are we going to... What's
We
going
can
to
talk about
happen?
incels one day. Yeah, let's
We
talk about
gotta.
incels one day.
I think it'll be fun. It'll be quite fun.
Incel chat would be fun. Yeah.
Yeah, man. There's a
Uh,
few good documentaries on that as well. A lot of...
and I still haven't seen any of them. I still need to watch them, bruv.
Yeah, absolutely. So, mate, we'll call it for now, I guess.
Yeah, cool.
Amazing. It's been an experience, sir, and hopefully we'll upload this soon tonight, overnight, and we'll do the following app next week.
Alright, bro. Chat to you
Peace
in a
out.
bit. Safe.
Safe.